Yeah, I train hard, man. You know,
Yeah.
I definitely train my body hard, but I also train my mind. It calms me down. It quiets me. I'm in the present moment, and I feel amazing. So there are other ways of meditation, and I'm going to start taking some city kids, from the urban areas and taking them out hiking and showing them how beautiful it is up there, and how they could actually, get away from the noise, get away from the cell phones and the
Awesome.
social media.
Um, I love popcorn. So
10 questions for the focused, fit, and fulfilled. This is 10 Qs.
all right, so we're going to dive right in. First of all, thank you guys for being here. This is Michelle, the founder of Stone Ledge Enrichment, and I am beyond excited today because for this episode of 10 Questions for the Focused, Fit, and Fulfilled, we have the one, the only Hood Trail. He is also known as Will Jimenez, but most people call him Hood Trail. And I got to tell you, I'm just super jazzed to have this conversation with him, but also to introduce him to you. So welcome to the show, Will.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me, man. It's a pleasure to be here.
Absolutely. So before we really dive in and give you an opportunity to share a little bit more about your backstory, I just want to share with the audience how I got to know you. Last year, I decided to retire from Disney. I was a full-time leader for about 25 years. And at that point, hiking and backpacking became a really big part of my life. So as I started to get into the backpacking and the hiking community, of course, you're introduced to just some tremendous people. The strength coach Chase Tucker that I work with, I found through the hiking community. But through that, I found this gentleman, Hood Trail, on Instagram, because I have to tell you, your posts are so uplifting and your pictures are authentic and unique. And the energy that you bring to that space, I don't know how else to say that, but it's almost like you cut through all the noise that's out there and just presented this very genuine person. So that's how I got to know you, is mostly just through your incredible Instagram posts. You're very creative. You're an artist, and your spirit is just, you can feel it through what you put out there. So that's how I know you. But really, the only person that can truly share your story is you. So would you mind telling us a little bit more about you, including how you got the trail name Hood Trail?
Um, wow. First of all, I'll say thank you so much. I'm so honored for your interest in me, and that means a lot to me. So thank you so much. Um, how did I get Hood Trail? Well, I was going through a hard time in life. I was dealing with drug issues and depression, and I was just going through a lot of things in life. And in 2016, um, I decided to go to rehab. I went to Arizona, and
Wow.
I am a city boy. First of all, I'm born and raised in New York City, so I never hiked before, and I never really been in the woods, or I never really done none of that, So in 2016, I went to Arizona. I went out there for rehab, and while I was out there, I got introduced to hiking. The guys out there, they brought me hiking the facility I was in, and I just fell in love with the mountains. I never seen mountains like that before ever in my life. I fell in
Sweet.
love with the desert, the mountains, and yeah, that's where it all started. That's where
Wow.
Hood Trail started to hike. Hood Trail started to hike, by going to rehab.
Yeah.
So I returned back to New York. I continued the dark path. I continued living the wrong way.
Yeah.
Um, and just recently, to about last year, I started hiking again. And I made the decision. I've been fighting a demon for so many years, but just by going out there and being out there and being away from the noise, like you said, from the city life, it just, I don't know, it did something to me, and I love it. And now this is what I do, and I
Beautiful.
spread the word, and I spread love, and that's how Hood Trail was born. And it kind of just happened on the trail, just me thinking of it. Sometimes I would go by myself or with my hiking team, And it was just thoughts. It all started with a thought. And
Yeah.
yeah, I came with a trail.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. And I'm a New York native as well, but upstate New York. And from what I understand, if you're from the city, upstate New York is not even really New York. Is that right?
We don't consider that New York down here in the city. When they
Yeah,
say upstate, we're like, what? Where the heck is that?
yeah, like way upstate. But
Yeah.
I'm familiar with New York City, and there's not a lot of mountains really close. So where do you go to get your trail fix?
I go to Beacon a lot.
Okay,
We go to the Catskills a lot.
nice.
We go to Bear Mountain a lot. Um, if you're in the city area, you can go to Van Cortlandt Park. Van Cortlandt Park has a lot of trails.
Okay,
But yeah, Beacon is not far from here, and they have a lot of trails there.
okay,
It's about I would say a 45-minute drive from the city.
okay.
You can also take the Metro North up there if you don't drive.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there's ways to hike, and that's sort of what I'm actually doing now. I had my first event July 10th, which I'm super stoked for.
Wow.
Um, I'm gonna start working with Life Camp. Life
Okay.
Camp is a camp that is they are an organization that they deal with kids that were affected with gun violence.
Mm,
So they asked me if I could take some of their kids to the mountains, and I was like, absolutely, it's an honor to do that. So I'm gonna start working with them, and I'm gonna start taking some city kids, from the urban areas and taking them out hiking and showing them how beautiful it is up there, and how they could actually, get away from the noise, get away from the cell phones and the
awesome.
social media, and just hang out with a good group of guys that we can relate to these kids because we've been in situations like they have. And yeah, man, I'm just super stoked for that. That's July 10th, so be on the lookout for that. That
Uh,
event's gonna be dope.
that's just,
Quiet Down project.
yeah.
So yeah, excited.
Yeah, it's inspiring. It's amazing. It touches my heart. And I think that's why I felt something just watching
Thank
your posts is because it's so authentic. And I know
you. Yeah.
we need to get into the 10 questions, but I have one more question for you because it's just out of pure curiosity. How did you
So
take your love of hiking and turn it into, it's like an entire brand. You've got merchandise out there. You are working with kids. Every time I see
absolutely.
pictures, it's with more people. I mean, it's like there's a whole community
Yeah.
around Hood Trail now. How did that get started?
Uh, Hood Trail is definitely growing. I'm really blessed. I just know that if I stay on the right path and I continue to spread love, I feel that the right people will come in my path, and
Yeah,
that's what's just been happening. I've been the right people has just been coming across my path, and my brand is growing, and I'm just really grateful for it.
that's awesome. Beautiful. Well, let's dive into the 10 questions because I could probably
Sure,
ask you just
sure,
10 more based on who you are. Because I love
absolutely.
your story. Like I keep saying, I just love who you are and in the spirit that you bring to this.
Thank you,
Um,
Michelle.
So
Thank you.
yeah, absolutely. So speaking of kind of a spiritual journey, a motivational journey, who in this life has had the biggest impact on that? So who's inspired you the most or who's had the biggest impact on your journey?
It's quite a couple guys. Um, I love Steve Harvey.
Yeah,
I love listening to him talk.
yeah,
Um, I love how relentless he is. I could relate to Steve Harvey a lot. Steve Harvey was homeless, slept in his car for 3 years. He believed in his dream, and he didn't stop. So I love how relentless he is. So Steve Harvey has helped me out a lot. I listen to him a lot. I also listen to Les Brown.
oh
Les
yeah.
Brown's an amazing man. I love to hear him talk.
Mhm.
Um, Tony Robbins is another great guy.
Absolutely.
I'm sorry, Joe
Joe Rogan.
Joestar. What's his name, she's? Osteen. Sorry,
With
Joe
Joel
Osteen.
Osteen. Yeah, Joel
Yeah,
Osteen and Joe Rogan are two completely different people.
yeah. Wow, I just made that other guy up.
Yeah,
But he's another great preacher that I listen to as well. DT Jakes, he's another guy that I
yeah,
love to listen to. So all these guys made a huge impact in my transformation. And it all started with me just listening to YouTube.
wow,
Really,
yeah. Hmm.
so I listen to it every day. I listen to these guys every day, every morning,
Yeah,
every time I run. When I'm in the car, I'm like constantly just listening to these guys.
awesome.
So I just want to big up to these guys. If you know, if they ever watch this, I love you guys. Thank you so much. You made a huge
Beautiful.
impact in my life, and I want to say thank you for that.
Yeah, that's beautiful. I had the opportunity to go to a Tony Robbins seminar,
Wow.
um, like I don't want to tell you how old I am, but like 25
Ah,
years ago. And
wow.
at that time in my life, yeah, I was working, but I wasn't really serious about anything other than
Mhm.
maybe like playing ball or hanging out with my friends. And I came out of that a completely transformed individual, and I became serious about my life and serious about my career. I don't think I would have had a career at Disney to begin with had it not been for just that very straight talk. And and it isn't just motivation because it really speaks to your heart and your mind. So yeah,
Absolutely.
I'm all about that. And Les Brown's just phenomenal. I mean, he is like a speaker personified. I mean, he's just
Yeah.
fantastic what he brings to the table.
Absolutely, man. He definitely came from like the bottom, you know,
Yeah.
I believe he was adopted and like yeah, his story's crazy. I love to listen to stories like that, you know, from guys like that and they just made it happen, you know. That inspires me and it really fuels me. So
100%. 100%.
yeah, absolutely.
So something you said a little while ago about, just it's a constant journey. It's not, I don't think any of us get to a point where like, all right, we're where we want to be, or we're completely healed, or we're completely aligned and we're always going to stay that way. It's a daily struggle. So the second
Absolutely.
question has a little bit to do with that. What do you do in those moments? Or let's say it this way, how do you calm the storm when your head is just in chaos?
Um a big thing for me is, you know, I try to get away from noise.
Yeah.
If I could exit the room, if I could pull my car over,
Hmm.
or I heard this. This is actually one of my T-shirts, and it's actually my favorite. And it's "Fight the enemy, keep the faith. Fight the enemy, keep the faith." And it says it all the way down.
Oh,
So when I
nice.
have bad thoughts and I feel like I'm gonna blow or whatever, I
Yeah,
constantly tell myself, "Fight the enemy, keep the faith. Fight the enemy, keep the faith. Fight the enemy, keep the faith." Until I start to relax and calm down.
awesome.
So techniques like that work, you know, and also, you know, meditation works. You know, I meditate every day. You know, that you know actually works in the long run and it does calm you down. So
Yeah,
but yeah, little techniques like that, man. You know, get out of where you are. You know, I just exit, I just go and I just, you know, fight the enemy, keep the faith.
fight the enemy, keep the faith. I'm gonna remember that one. Is
Yeah.
that part of your merchandise? It must be. Yeah, it's got your logo right there, huh?
And part of my merch right here. This is actually my favorite t-shirt that I ever made. Like I said, it goes all the
Incredible.
way down.
Hmm.
So yeah, and you know, I try to give little messages, you know, too also in my merch,
Yeah,
you know, and like you know, this is one of my
that's
favorites. So
perfect. I love it. So
thank
we talked about head being in chaos. Let's flip it to the other side of the coin. Tell me about a thought that just floods your heart with joy every time you think of it.
you. For sure that is my two boys. I have two sons,
Nice.
William and Giovanni. William is 12-year-old, Giovanni is 11-year-old, and they're just my pride and joy.
Yeah.
They're my best friends. We do everything together. You'll see them on my Instagram. Um, yeah, when I think of them, it just it makes me, you know, yeah, especially when they were small and little.
Yeah.
Definitely my kids, without a doubt.
So they are part of your hiking group as well. What do they think about getting out there and doing the long hikes and really hitting those difficult trails?
They love it. You know, my kid's been hiking for about now, I want to say I went in 2016. So when I went in 2016, I did come back and I did hike. So they hiked since 2016 on and off, but they've been hiking a lot more since last year since I picked it up again.
Yeah.
Um, you know, my kids are athletes. They play basketball and baseball, so they like to move around and they
Yeah.
love to work out. You know, I work them out, so they
Yeah.
love to hike. You know, and I'm excited about that.
Sweet.
Yeah, they put the video games down. I should show you my I also made a shirt for kids that stay home and play too many video games because I'm constantly on top of my kids about the damn video games.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, so I have a merch and it's awesome and it says hiking is the new gaming.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, be on the out for that, and please, mothers, get your kids out there. I always stress that, to get
Yeah.
them outside, to get them fresh air, to bring them into nature. It's important. So please, mothers out there, fathers out there, get your kids out, get them to exercise. Please, it's very important. Get them off the video games.
Yeah, that is such an important message. And my
Mhm.
son grew up in the 90s and the early 2000s, and so he's definitely he's a gamer and he loves it. But at the
Yeah.
same time, I just want to tell you a super quick story. I worked in California for 2 years when I was still at Disney, and he came out to visit, and was out there for about a week, and we saw a show and we did a bunch of touristy stuff and went out to eat, that kind of thing. But we also hiked 2 or 3 times in the mountains out in California, really neat. So as I'm driving him to the airport, and this is someone that just got to see some really cool things, including Disneyland. And I said, his name is AJ. I said, AJ, what was your favorite part of your trip this week? Parents always ask that question. And he said, you know what? Hiking, hiking, and hiking.
No
And
way.
I was just like,
Awesome.
that's my boy.
Yeah, kids should definitely try it. They
Yeah.
don't know until they do it, and you feel amazing when you get to the top. You feel like you
Yes.
accomplished something.
Yeah.
You're fighting while you're climbing the mountain. It's a struggle. You
Yeah.
know, you're constantly thinking. You're constantly telling yourself. You got the enemy telling you to turn around and go back down, and you're like, no, no, no. And so it's amazing when you get up there. It does something to you. So
Yes. Agreed.
absolutely, man, get up, please.
Yeah. And I love
Hike
your
more.
message. Just to moms, to parents everywhere, is just to get them out there. Just get them out there on trail, get them out there walking.
Sure. Right,
And
sure.
the one thing I would add to that too is that, sometimes when we're so used to our kids interacting with us and talking to us, and sometimes when they go out on trail, they're quiet. That's
Mhm.
awesome. Just let them, because they're absorbing the energy and the nature and then just the beauty that surrounds them. So quiet's not necessarily a bad thing. It means they're just
Yeah,
present.
yeah, so much good nature, good vibes out there. And like you mentioned earlier, the people, the hiking community is
Yeah.
so cool, so dope. Everybody's so nice, so friendly.
Hmm.
Everybody talks, everybody says hi.
Yeah.
I love it. I love the energy out there.
Yeah.
And another thing that I also stress, with the kids is please, make them, keep the phones in the car, do
Yeah.
not let them, or if they do bring their phones, because everybody wants to take pictures, just not on the trails. Please, I always stress that. Please enjoy the moment.
Yeah.
Stay in the moment, in the present moment.
Yeah. Well said. Very well said. You mentioned earlier the practice of meditation, and that's a big part of the program that we've got at Stone Ledges, thinking about meditation and visualization and how that ties into your goals. So tell me a little bit more about your meditation practice and how that fits into what you're trying to do in life.
Meditation was really hard for me in the beginning. You know, I was a person that my head goes and I think a lot.
Yeah.
So it was super hard for me to quiet down and settle down.
Yeah.
Without being all over the place. But once I stayed consistent with it.
Hmm.
Obviously I became better at it, and yes, I love meditation now. It's one of the things that I do when I wake up in the morning. As part of my
Okay.
morning routine is to meditate.
Yeah.
I like to do it also in the afternoon. You
Okay.
know, I am busy with the boys a lot with baseball and basketball, but I do try to do it twice a day. But
Awesome.
definitely in the morning, I get my little time, and I will meditate for about 10, 15 minutes a day.
Yep. Good.
Um, but I also run in the mornings. So running is another form of meditation for myself. Like
Yeah.
I said, I put in my YouTube inspirational things,
Hmm.
and it calms me down. It quiets me. I'm in the present moment, and I feel amazing. So there are other ways of meditation, and I used to swim as well before Corona happened. I
Yeah.
used to go to the gym and swim. So swimming was another way for me to meditate. I don't know, just when I do things and like, maybe like working out or stuff like that, calms me, and it helps me to relax and it brings me down.
Beautiful.
So running is another form of meditation for myself.
Yeah, that's awesome. I want to ask you to tell me a little bit more about that too, because I agree. We do things like walking meditation. We just go out and even if it's just in the neighborhood, take a 15-minute walk, connect with nature, just let the mind kind of sort itself out and then dive back in. But when you're working out or running or swimming or doing anything else, how do you get into the meditation practice? Do you just let your mind go, or are there certain mantras that you say? How do you get into like a good deep meditation when you're tackling that?
I use meditation music. I get
Okay,
meditation off music, and also listening to my guys, man. Steve Harvey, listening to those guys. Those guys make put me in the zone. So
perfect.
I get on, like I said, running, just moving puts me in the zone where I just like.
That's awesome. Love it. Question has to do with music. And I know you talked about, the guys that you listen to on YouTube and some of the inspiration that they provide.
Huh?
Tell me about your kind of the music that helps you when you're kind of in that kick-ass happy place. You're already feeling really good. What kind of music do you listen to? And then is there a different kind of music you listen to when it's just like, you know what, I'm just struggling right now and I just need a little bit of a boost?
Um, well, when I'm happy, I like the weekend. The weekend makes a lot of happy music. I don't know, he puts me happy. So if I'm in a great mood, I'll bump that in the car.
Hmm.
I'm a huge Tupac fan,
Yep.
so I listen to a lot of Tupac as well.
Hmm.
Um, I also love Spanish music. My background is Dominican, so I love bachata. I love Anthony Santo, Romeo. I love all those guys that sing bachata. I love music. I'm very emotional, loving guy.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Awesome. That's beautiful. That's
absolutely,
beautiful.
absolutely. Thank you, thank
Yeah. My best friend is and her husband, they're Colombian. They're from New York as well.
you.
But we raised our kids together in Florida,
Nice.
right across the street. And every day, just I got exposed to a lot of just incredible music. Went to the salsa clubs that stay open till like 4 in the morning, and it's just so yeah.
Yeah,
I'm a fan as well, is what I'm trying to say. It's beautiful
yeah,
music.
absolutely, absolutely. We love to party. Us Spanish people, we love to party. We love to eat, and
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It always 4 a.m. didn't mean you were done. 4 a.m. that means you're just going out to get something to eat. I mean, it
absolutely. That's when you go eat.
exactly. Oh my gosh, so many memories are
Where,
flooding
where
back. But
so you're in Florida?
what's that?
You're in Florida, you said?
Say it one more time.
You live in Florida?
Oh no, I live in upstate New York right now. I lived in Florida for like 30 years. And then was out
Oh,
in
okay.
California for a few years, and now we're in upstate New York.
That's where I see myself going to the West Coast. I love the West Coast.
Yeah.
So in
Like
the
all the
future,
way
I
out
see my.
west.
Sorry.
All the way out west, like California, or do you like more the mountains of Arizona or Nevada?
Yes, I love Arizona. I love the
Yeah.
mountains, of Arizona. Me and a buddy of mine's. In November, we went to Utah. Utah is amazing.
It's
So
awesome.
many beautiful parks out there. Please make your way out there. Angels Landing, what a great hike. We did Bryce. So many beautiful places in Utah. But yeah,
Yes.
I kind of really like Arizona. It's nice
Yeah.
and laid back, and it's gorgeous.
Yeah, it is. It's definitely cool.
Absolutely.
Awesome. All right. So I got a scenario to paint for you. You are going to a secluded island for 90 days. All of your needs will be met in terms of food and shelter and
Yeah.
water and that type of thing. You will have no technology because it's really designed to help you center and find alignment and just get that inner peace. So for the next 90 days, you can bring with you 3 books,
Okay.
2 CDs or albums, and then one snack. So you'll get fed, but you can only have one snack for the next 90 days.
Oh, it's
What
easy
are
to
your
talk about.
books? What's the music and what's your snack?
My books. Okay. The Secret is a book that I love.
Yeah, good one.
Uh, yup. The Power of Now.
Yeah.
That helped me out so much in being in the present moment. And there's a book out there called I'm sorry, I'm gonna curse. Unfuck Yourself, but it's another great book.
No, I've
And
heard of it. I haven't read it yet, but I've heard great things about it.
teaches you, you know, how to break bad habits and
Yeah.
create new great habits.
Yeah.
So
Awesome.
those are my books. Albums. Like I said, I'm a huge Tupac fan, so I'm gonna go with All Eyes on Me. It's the
Hmm.
double album.
Yeah. There you
So
go. Smart.
that's double win on my part.
Yep. Yep. Smart.
And I am also a DMX fan. So I would definitely take I believe it's called Hell is Hot, or It's Dark and Hell is Hot by DMX.
Okay. Perfect.
DMX, he's also from my town. I am from Yonkers, New York. So we just
Nice.
lost him not too long ago.
There you go.
And yeah, my condolences to his family and everybody out there.
Yep. Heard that. Awesome. And then the big one is the snack. You gotta,
Goodness,
you get some good meals, but you gotta go to the same snack for 90 days.
good Lord, man. This is a tough one. I'm gonna go with I'm a huge popcorn guy, so I'm gonna go with kettle corn. I love it.
There
I
you
snack
go.
all the time. So yeah, I'm
Yep.
gonna say kettle.
There you go. Perfect. Can't go wrong with kettle corn.
Yeah, never. Great munchie.
That's really good. Um, I love popcorn.
Uh,
So in fact, we used to do this. I'm going on a tangent, but it used to be that every Friday when we lived in Florida just recently during COVID, every Friday night was popcorn night. And all we had for dinner was big bowl of popcorn and a protein shake. Figure got to get
Yo,
protein in there too. But that was it. That was our Friday night. And
that's an awesome diet. You
yeah,
know, I
yeah,
used to have milkshake night, milkshake Fridays with my kids. Maybe
yeah.
I'll substitute one with popcorn Fridays.
Yep, there you go. I love it because you make a big bowl of popcorn and then just relax and
Absolutely.
watch my
And
YouTube or whatever, and then dive into the weekend. But
that's it.
yeah,
Good vibe. Good vibes only.
love it, love it. All right, so you mentioned running and swimming earlier, and I mean you're a fit guy, and just looking at your Instagram photos and knowing that you hike as hard as you do. But what's your routine? Like what's your how do you move? What's your fitness routine when you're just trying to stay in shape?
Well, I run 6 days a week. I'm
Okay,
outside 5 days. I run about 4 to 5 miles every
nice.
morning. And then I go to a gym in the Bronx, Bartenders, and I train there for about 2 hours.
Okay,
And maybe like twice a week, I'll go at night with a buddy of mine. I'm going tonight. We'll go for like an hour and a half. But yeah, I train hard, man. You know,
yeah,
I definitely train my body hard, but I also train my mind. You know, it's not all about training your body and become strong. You know, if you don't train your mind, all that other stuff doesn't mean nothing.
yeah,
And I
agreed.
did that for years. And I worked out, but my head was all screwed up, so it didn't matter. I was in worse shape, when I was always working out younger, and I'm in the best shape of my life now, and it's because I work my mind and then I work my body.
Yeah, it starts right here, doesn't it?
Absolutely, everything
Yeah,
starts here. Everything is here. Everything starts with a thought.
yeah,
That's where the enemy tries to get you. That's the only place he can get you. And if he
yeah.
gets you there, you're done. So as long as you can control this, nothing out here can harm you.
Agreed. Fight the enemy,
Uh,
keep the faith.
The enemy keep the faith. Absolutely.
I'm gonna have to get one of those shirts. Do you have women's shirts?
Yes, yes. I also have Lady Hood Trail. So, I have Hood Trail, and we are coming out with we came out with Lady Hood Trail. The website will be up soon.
Okay.
Right now, I take orders off the DM and I ship them out. But the website is under construction, and I've been working so hard on it. I've been working on it for a couple of months now. I want to say since November, and I'm really excited to put it out, my collection. So please be on the lookout for that. The website is dropping this month. I will be announcing it on my Instagram. But
Nice.
yes, we have Lady Hood Trail, we have Puppy Hood Trail,
Oh,
and
no
we also have Pet
way.
Hood Trail. I'm gonna have something for everybody, a little bit of flavor for everybody.
That is so awesome. And I was going to ask you at the end, but as long as we're talking about it now, if
Yeah,
someone
yeah.
sees this and they want to order some of and the merchandise is incredible. I've
Thank
seen
you.
it just layered all throughout your Instagram. Until the
Yeah.
website drops, what's the best way to reach you? And then can you tell us what the website will be?
Yes, everybody can reach me at Hood Trail on Instagram. And if you see something you like, you can definitely shoot me a DM, and I will reply to you. But the website will be out in about I want to say about 2 weeks. Hopefully, the website will be out, and I will be announcing it on Instagram. When it will be hoodtrail.com as well. So
Trail.com. That's perfect.
yeah,
That's
yes,
so amazing. Because it really is,
yes.
it's quality merchandise. Do you mind me asking who's your like design artist? Because your
Uh,
aesthetics are over the top.
yeah, I design everything myself. You know, my
Awesome.
fiance, she also helps me out a lot. She's an amazing girl. She's been with me, through ups and downs. We've been together for about 26 years now. I've
Nice.
been with her, I was 15, and she's amazing. And me and her work together.
Mm.
I want to show you. This is one of my favorites right here. This is my spread love hoodie.
Awesome.
You know, said we always have great messages on our stuff. So yeah, I'm big on spreading love and just passing the word, and just lending a hand out, and helping one another. With all this, corona and everything that's going on, people don't even want to talk to each other, and it's horrible. I always, stress that, lend the hand out.
Yeah.
It costs nothing to be nice, first of all, to be kind to people. And it also costs nothing to just say good morning. I
Exactly.
don't know why, but people don't say good morning no more. But I'm big on that. Even when I run in the street at 5 in the morning. I'm in New York. I have a ski mask on. And if you cross by my path when I'm running, I will yell out, good morning.
Yeah,
And
that's
some people
awesome.
get spooked out, and some people say good morning back. So yeah,
Yeah,
man, it's okay to say good morning.
that's so cool. Very, very sweet. All
Absolutely.
right, so let's talk about food for a second. I know that, in my belief is that it really does start up here, and then it kind of translates into how you work out and how you eat, what your relationship with food is. So, how would you
Absolutely.
describe your approach to food? Are you paleo, keto, vegetarian, or do you eat whole clean foods, or is it like, look, I eat whatever I want and it just works out?
Yeah. I kind of try to stay away from fried food.
Yep.
You know, I do. I do eat meat. I don't. I stop eating red meat.
Mhm.
I love chicken. But yes, it definitely. You definitely have to watch what you put in you.
Yeah.
Fast food. I love to eat vegetables.
Yeah.
I mean, my kids eat vegetables. The only thing they eat is broccoli, so I make them eat a lot of broccoli.
Awesome.
um, but at the same time, I am Dominican. My fiance is Italian, and I love food. I love Spanish food. I love Italian food. I
Yeah,
love all type of food.
that's awesome.
But you do have to watch what you put in you.
Yeah.
So stay away from fast
Yep.
food.
That's great advice.
Absolutely.
And just a kind of a
Absolutely.
follow-up question. Do you ever think about your relationship with food? And the reason I say that is I'm kind of the same way. It's like I love meat and vegetables and just try to get a lot of really clean juices and water and that type of thing. And then every once in a while there's going to be that opportunity where you're going to have something like super, super fun or just because you're at an event.
Yeah.
But do you approach food like this is fuel for my body? And I, love to eat, or are there any other layers in terms of just, I guess the best way to ask is just your relationship with food.
Um. Yeah. Absolutely. Before the gym, I carb up good. I have a shake. Yes, I believe you need your proteins, and you need the right carbs, and you need the right fuel to keep going.
Yeah.
So you must have a relationship with food. And I'm not too crazy where I count calories and stuff like that, because I love to go out to eat and stuff like that. And I
Yeah.
believe that if you work out, I I honestly believe if you work out and you tell yourself that you can eat whatever you want, you can eat whatever you want, and you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Whatever you tell yourself, if you're sitting at home and you're like, oh my God, I'm getting fat, you're gonna get fat.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I look horrible, you're gonna look horrible.
Yeah.
So you gotta keep that in mind. Whatever, the brain tells the body will follow.
Yeah,
So
I love
absolutely,
that. There's so
absolutely.
much truth to that because you're right. What the brain tells the body's going to follow. So if you
Follow.
guilt yourself over what you're eating, your body's going to almost like stop digesting and it's not going to assimilate it because it has that guilt. It actually slows digestion down.
Yep,
Um,
yep,
but if you tell yourself that, like, you know what, I can eat whatever I want, and because
yep,
I'm moving, because I'm doing that, and because I look at food like this beautiful thing, not as something to feel guilty about, then those are the results you're going to have.
absolutely. Whatever you tell yourself, like I said, the body will follow. So
Yeah,
I
beautiful.
tell myself, hey, I'm having fun. I'm eating my food. I'm enjoying it, and I look great, and I'm gonna feel great, and it's okay, and that's it, and you'll be fine.
Well said. Very well said. So let's switch gears a little bit and talk about, and this is becoming more and more mainstream every year. I see more articles about the importance of sleep.
Mhm.
So how would you recommend getting just a soul satisfying, beautiful night of sleep so that you can be energized for everything that you want to accomplish in life?
Um, I am a 5 a.m. guy, so
Hmm.
I sleep about 5 hours maybe every night.
Hmm.
Um, I love to be up early. I don't believe that the body needs 8 hours or 9 hours or whatever the heck it is. I believe that you need to shut down for a bit,
Yeah.
recharge like a phone, and then you're ready to go. Um, but I have Alexa. I tell Alexa to play rainstorms.
Okay.
That helps me to relax. Also meditation music. Um, I am a marijuana friendly, so sometimes I might smoke a little joint, and that relaxes me, and I have a great night's sleep. But also, you can. What's very important is not going to sleep angry. So without a doubt, do not go to sleep angry. If you have to call somebody and get something off your chest, please do it, before you go to bed. Also, another good thing is a meditation, even if you meditate for like 5 minutes or whatever, and relax yourself before you go to bed.
Yep.
So, I use kind of all those little techniques,
Beautiful.
go to bed. I like to relax myself before I go to bed without a doubt.
Yeah. And what I'm hearing you say is that the most important thing is to make sure that your mind is at peace and do that
Yeah, yeah,
meditation. Don't, if you're thinking about how angry you are with someone, that's going to, but if you can just let all of that go and meditate,
absolutely.
find ways to relax, that's
The
awesome.
present, the present moment will always put you in a relaxed state.
Yeah.
So absolutely. Always
Mm,
follow the present moment. So,
that's beautiful. Really cool. Well, believe it or not, we're at our last question.
oh man.
So, Hood, what would you tell somebody that really just wants to find that peace, wants to find that alignment, wants to find that focus, that fitness, that fulfillment, but they're struggling? What's the one piece of advice you would give somebody that is kind of in that state?
Just make the decision, man. Just make the decision. Um, order, order is heaven's first law. A great way to start is clean around your house, man. Clean your room, clean your car.
Yeah,
Go get a haircut, clean yourself up. When you look good, you feel good. You know, but yes, you have to make the decision, man. Make the decision and just change your routines. Routines are important.
yeah,
So if you're struggling, with life or whatever, change your routine. You can change your character at any given moment, and that's the truth. I was somebody else my whole entire life, and just in a short period of time, I changed so much, and I just became a different character.
beautiful.
And you are the author of your movie, so
Yeah,
you can do whatever you want, man.
I agree
Thank,
wholeheartedly. Well, I have
thank
to
you
tell
so
you, you are an inspiration to me, and I think that you're a beautiful soul. And
much.
I
Likewise.
love what you're doing in this space and how you're helping, friends, family, kids in your neighborhood, just society in general to
Absolutely.
find their path in a very authentic way. And so it's been a real pleasure. I'm going
Thank
to
you.
sign off now, but if you would hang out with me for just a few minutes after I stop the
Absolutely.
recording, that'd be great. So
Absolutely.
hopefully, my Stone Ledge family, hopefully you've gotten a lot out of this. This man is just genuine and amazing. And like I said, I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about some of the things that he's shared today. So thank you for being here. Look forward to seeing you on the next 10 questions for the focus for fit and fulfill. Remember to hit him up on DM on Instagram, at Hood Trail, right?
I know you. Yep, absolutely.
If not to look at his inspiring post, to at least look at the incredibly talented and just very, very cool merchandise that he's got out there. So thank you so much. Thank you, Hood. And I'll see you guys down the road. Much love.
Thank you guys. Peace and love.
All right.
If this video got you inspired, got you moving, or made your day even just a little bit better, consider subscribing to the channel or leave your experiences in the comments section below. And if you crave physical vitality and mental clarity, check out our website or follow us on social media. I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day. Thank you for watching all the way through, and much love.